Hey guys, how you doing? Denny Maheux here, CEO of Focus180 Coaching. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I work with people who are ready to move forward, ready to move from point A to point B. Point B meaning your mission, your vision, your destination, your dreams, your desires, right? And point A is where you are right now. So I help my clients to manifest their goal faster, quicker, and further. How do we do that? Really simply, we clarify your goals. We help you select and prioritize the right activities. We're gonna make sure you do what you're supposed to do every single day. That's called accountability. We're also gonna give you a push once in a while, but always with a smile. But most importantly, we are going to give you all the support you need when times are tough. Guys, www.focus180coaching.com if you want to know more about what I do, and book a complimentary session where we're going to clarify your goal and give you a mini plan of action. In the meantime, have a good one, be well, and stay focused on what you want. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Focus180 Podcast. And today we're going to be talking with a special guest. Her name is Nessa Maria Frazitta. And I hope you're ready because there's a lot of value coming your way today, especially if you have difficulties with being organized. Nessa is the founder and CEO of situationslayer. She is an expert in building professional and personal positive relationships. She has helped more than 100 clients overcome their work and personal challenge. Nessa, how are you today?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm very good. I would like to welcome you, and I also would like to say, hey, thanks for taking the time and to come here and share your, your experience, your knowledge. And
thanks.
It is a very, very important topic. I know, like me and you, we meet a lot of people, and they say, "Oh, I'm always busy. They're not productive. They're not organized." So I'm glad you're going to come here and help them a little bit. So thank you very much.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. Are you ready to go?
I'm always ready. I was born ready.
I'm going to ask you the little question that I ask everybody. Is there anything you would like to share with everybody about you that nobody knows, so we get to know you a little before we go on the professional side?
Sure. I think that everybody needs to develop themselves every day. And I feel that as long as you're transparent with yourself, you'll really know your truth.
Okay. So let's talk about, before we talk about your company, let's talk about your work experience. What have you done so far in your career?
I own and operate situationslayer. I have done vast things. I went to school for early childhood education and nursing, pediatric nursing. I was a nanny for 3 different families at the exact same time, 10 kids, 6 managers or bosses. So I had to become very organized at a very early on to manage all their schedules and lives and situations. And that's when I decided to then develop my company.
Very good. So let's talk about your company. I'm glad you brought it up. So first, tell me the name one more time. How do you start it, and what's the goal? What do you do?
So my company, I own and operate situationslayer. I slay people's stressful situations with organized, solvable solutions. I also motivate their mind, but I tell people that I'm not a mind reader. I'm just a mind motivator. So, and I am extremely passionate in building positive relationships with people personally and professionally. I think you have to have a really good balance to really have the best life. So.
Awesome. I love it. What's, I know the answer to this one maybe, but what are some of the benefits of your type of work, and maybe one challenge, because we know we all have some kind. Let's go with the benefits first. Let's go with two.
Sure. The biggest benefit is pretty much everybody will say they're so busy and they don't have enough time. So what organization ends up getting people is more time. I tell people all the time, I can't give you more than 24 hours, but I can organize you in a manner that you gain back the hours and minutes that are missed, being disorganized and just having displacement in your things, thoughts, and situations.
Good. We'll talk about the challenge later, actually. Why did you decide to talk about this topic? Because I knew you could have talked about many different topics, but why being organized?
I think with what society and what we've just all went through, that our worlds have pretty much been tipped upside down, and a lot of people's worlds have been combined. So again, their personal life has now been combined with their professional life, where people were outside of the home and in offices, and now they're inside the home and in offices. So their worlds have collided and chaos has evolved. So it's a better time than ever to talk about how to calm that chaos and slay their stressful situations.
Awesome. Hey, it's a personal one. I mean, I'm curious, why do you do what you do? Why do you do this? Dealing with people, helping others.
So a little background on me. I am Italian and Greek, and I come from a very crazy, stressful family and life and dynamics. I have been slaying stressful situations for a very long time, and I saw the stress at an early on with relationships and personal and professional development, that when you go in, most people say, like, I'm like a firefighter. So when you go in, when you see a fire, you want to go in and put that fire out as quick as possible. So I like to create, again, calmness in people's chaos, and I'm very passionate in it. I think it really gives people the base of health, happiness, peace, and prosperity.
Beautiful. Say that again, the 4 words. I like it.
I feel that it gives people a great balance in their health, happiness, peace, and prosperity.
Beautifully said. So let's talk about being organized or disorganized. Can you tell me why do you think people are disorganized? Is that because most people we know, pretty rare that we meet somebody who's already totally organized, right? So tell me what you think.
So that's where my two, businesses or 2 points of what I'm about kind of, again, combined is being a professional home, life, and business organizer. I then had to develop my relationship strategies, because what ends up happening is there's a disconnect or an unbalance in people's lives, and it usually happens with their health. Sometimes people, again, they'll become disorganized because their health decreased, or their happiness. So in their marriage or relationships, or personal relationships, in their peace, they're just not happy with what is currently going on, or it's usually a financial thing. So their prosperity. So there's a disconnect in somewhere, and it becomes unbalanced, and things just end up, again, one thing turns into 5, that turns into 10, that turns into 100. So that's where it's never ever intended. It just happens.
Yeah. By listening to you right now, are you saying that people are disorganized because of their state of mind? Is that
correct?
Yeah.
Their state of mind and just what life throws at them.
Yeah.
Some people aren't always ready for it.
Interesting. All right. So is there a process that you can teach the listeners right now or how to be more organized? Something simple, because we don't have much time though. We have 3, 4, 5 step process to. And people, I would say, take a piece of paper, take some notes. That's going to be right. Let's go. What do you think?
The easiest thing is it's a 3-step process. It's needs, wants, and expectations. So you need to figure out, if we're talking about an item per se, like let's say we're talking about books. Okay. So we're talking about books. I will ask my client, they have an overabundance amount of books that are becoming very disorganized in their home. That's the issue. Or the object per se. So I'll ask them, is it a want or a need? Because again, our needs are non-negotiable. So you have to remember that needs are non-negotiable. You have to decide those for yourself. Your wants will change from day to day, situation to situation, and your expectations need to be verbalized, because I myself nor anybody else is a mind reader. So that's where verbalization comes in, and you have to communicate effectively in order to have a really healthy relationships. So with items or people. So I ask people, do you need it or do you want it? And then that will then end up, they'll be able to answer their own question. And then once they figure out that they need it, then we have to find a better organized spot for it that they can obtain it easier.
Good. So listen, just to make it more clear, can you give me an example, like one of your clients, an example of a want, a need, and an expectation?
So your needs per se, so your needs are things that you cannot live without. If I were to come into your home and office and you weren't there, and I were to take 80% of all your belongings out, you would be able to sustain with that 20%.
So the fridge would be a need, right?
Correct.
I need a fridge.
1,000%.
Pool table I got downstairs would be a want. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So society has put us off balance of knowing, thinking and feeling that we need to have so much more than we actually truly need and desire.
Good. So it's it's interesting to me because I'm thinking, so when was the last time I thought about what I want or what I need? That's a good question to ask. If you're not organized, of course. And expectation, you want to I give you like another 20 seconds because that's important to me.
Yeah, so that bounces back. So when you decide whether or not it's a want or a need, then you have to answer the question, what are your expectations with that? What are your expectations? What are you expecting to do with that item, or what are you expecting to do with that opportunity, or what are you expecting to do with that relationship?
Very good. Expectation. Yeah. Do you have a successful story that you have, let's say a client who was really, really, I don't want to say messy, disorganized, and because of your training and I don't want to say consulting maybe, I was going to say coaching, but consulting, that it changed and it become really organized?
For sure. So, I have been friends with somebody for over 35 years, but I don't know how because I'm only 28. But hey, I guess past life regression. Happened. But I got a phone call years back. Years back, and she basically said, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn to. I think I want to get divorced. My marriage and life is completely falling apart. Mm-hmm. So she said, how soon can you get here? I said, I can probably be there in about 15, 20 minutes. So went to a friend's house, walked through, and it wasn't really the relationship that was being damaged. Again, it was all the items that were causing a disconnect and her not to be able to get to that relationship. So we went room by room and figured out what her wants, needs, and expectations were. And the heaviness of everything in the house then caused openness and more opportunity for time for that relationship that was being damaged. They are currently still married. They actually just had their fourth child. At that time, they only had two, and she was pregnant with her third. So they have their fourth child. So again, it's having a really healthy balance between your personal and professional relationships.
Good. It might be the same answer for the thing, but for work, if we talk about entrepreneur right now, or people are listening and let's say they disorganize, something really simple they can do every single day, the best advice or best practice. I can do that every single morning maybe, and it will make a difference in my organization. You have anything?
Again, it's mindset. If your mind isn't in the right mindset, it doesn't matter what you're going to tackle that day. I'm sorry. So just knowing that you are strong enough to slay any situation that you're put in, you have to be the most important person, not the items need to be important. You're the most important thing. It's like boarding an airplane. You have to put your oxygen mask on yourself before assisting anybody else.
That's right. I heard that a few times in my life. Listen, anything else you want to add before I go to my very, very tough success question?
No, go ahead.
No, we're good. It's not tough for you.
You're the pilot. I'm the co-pilot.
Yeah, success question. Tell us about something. Tell us about one of the most challenging conflict challenge that you had. I'm talking about career-wise, business-wise right now, your company, and how do you overcome it?
If I'm going to be really transparent right now with everybody, it's financial. I mean, we just all have had a very financial devastating. Well, I shouldn't say devastating. It's only that way if you allow it to be. And I like to use the word unfortunate. We've all had a very unfortunate circumstance that was out of our control that we had to learn to adapt to. So not being able to go into people's homes and offices and really their lives because everybody's so fearful and having to be 6 feet apart. It's difficult to touch people's items or relationships 6 feet apart. Yeah. So I think right now just getting back onto the financial part of it and being able to operate. Because again, I am my business. I own and operate it. I'm also I own and operate 2 children. I'm a single mom. I got divorced a year ago. And so again, just those challenges in life that present themselves that I didn't I didn't think that we're going to. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I'd be divorced, a single mom, rebuilding my business, that virus per se, took from me, and the opportunities it, I guess took from me, I would have told you that you were completely insane. Yeah. So just adapting to that, I think.
Good. Here's a totally different question, right? In your opinion, can you name 3 characteristics, human traits that everybody needs to be successful in the business again?
Yes. Being organized, being transparent, and having integrity. Oh,
you say transparent. That's 2 or 3 times you use that word today. So tell me, what do you mean by that?
So humans will always often tell people what they think the other person wants to hear instead of what they need to hear. So being truthful and being confident in what you want, need, and are expecting of yourself and others, instead of living this like parallel of other people, like being true to yourself. So everybody ends up being in this interview mode. I mean, yes, I know I'm being interviewed by you right now, but again, I'm telling you my truth. I'm saying I'm not answering any of these questions based on what I think you want the answer to be. I have came to realize it a long time ago that is, the more that I'm comfortable with myself, the more everybody else will be comfortable with me.
Absolutely. I would say don't care too much about what other people are going to think about you. They're going to judge you all the time. You say something, they're going to judge you. You don't say anything, they still judge you. So what's the point? Let's go.
I fired everybody a long time ago. It's just me and my go-to guy, which is God. So as long as we're okay, that's it. He's the CEO of my company and my life and everything in it. So
good. So nobody's perfect, right? So
I'm imperfectly perfect.
You're funny. Name one thing you did in your career that you are, I'm not saying not pleased, that cost you money, time, and energy, and you would recommend to say to somebody who start a business, or even in the business right now, say, don't ever do that again. This is completely a waste of your time or something. Anything?
I think to be honest, there's a lot of things. I don't think there was just one thing that I did wrong, but one thing would possibly be, I learned patience too late in life. I should have probably had patience a lot sooner. And now that I'm adapting and learning to be more patient with things, it has helped me obtain more success and less stress.
Are you talking about patience with people, patience with success? You're getting the result you want? What do you mean?
Patience across the board. Not everything happens exactly the way that we want or intend for it to happen, with everything. So just being very patient and open-minded.
Yeah, open-minded, absolutely. What's the one thing you do every single day to become a better woman, a better entrepreneur, a better businesswoman?
Know my self-worth. My self-worth should always be more than my net worth.
Good. And what's next for you? Let's say 5-7 years from now for your company. What do you want to be?
I would like to develop situations and opportunities like this to be able to speak to people, because I'm usually in the field or on site type person, and I'm a one person type deal sometimes. So I'm actually in it. I feel that I'm doing a disadvantage to other people that are in situations that could get knowledge or suggestions or guidance on how to become more organized. So developing my my website, my business. I have a whole bunch of merch that has different quotes and sayings that, kind of get us through these stressful situations. And that's it.
Good. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is The Customer Experience by Christoph J. Weinman. Truly amazing, life-changing.
Why is that your favorite book?
A lot of reasons. I know the author personally. I love to read books that I have the opportunity to know the author and get to talk with them, because you get kind of like a bird's eye view of what they're actually writing. It's one of the things that I'm truly passionate in, not getting just So most people will go and get an autograph of a book before they read the book. I always feel that it's an honor for the author to sign the book after you read it. So a lot of my books are actually signed after I've read it, and then I ask them for their autograph after I've given them the respect to read their book. So, and this book is amazing on a lot of different levels.
Very good. What's your favorite quote, if you have one?
Oh, my favorite quote. There's a lot. It's hard to put it all into like one thing. Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs: the future can be better than the present, and the power and to have the power to make it so.
So that's one quote, or that's three quotes?
That's one.
That's one quote. Read it again, because say it one more time slow so people can get it.
Okay. Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs: the future can be better than the present, and the power to make it so.
Very nice. Very nice. Do you know who wrote that?
It's actually no, it's actually unknown.
Unknown? Huh. Cool. All right. So right now I'm going to give you promo time. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. You can tell us how to contact you, what you do, why we should do business with you, and after that we'll get to say goodbye together. Ready?
Okay. Fair enough. Ready now?
Yeah. Go for it.
Again, Neesa Maria. I own and operate Situation Slayer. I help people slay stressful situations with organized, solvable solutions. I am also a relationship strategist, so I help people motivate their minds, but I'm not a mind reader. I feel that there's really, as long as everybody is living and breathing, they can pretty much use my service. So I help people organize their home, their life, their business, and their relationships. So
good. So I'm sorry.
What? No, go ahead.
What's your website? You have a website?
It's situationslayer.com.
Do you want to share your email, Facebook, or anything? It's up to you.
situationslayer@gmail.com.
Phone number, maybe now?
702-807-8987. And I believe that every professional relationship starts first at a friendship. So I always like and encourage everybody to friend request me on Facebook. And it's Neesa Maria Frazitta.
Very good. Very good. Hey, Neesa, I want to thank you for the time.
I want to thank you for the opportunity.
25 minutes. I appreciate the great knowledge there, guys. So let me say a few things and we'll say goodbye together. You good?
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah. So guys, if you're successful in your business, or if you know somebody who's successful in their business, we're always looking for speakers, because the bigger we become, the more people we can help. Also, if you like what Neesa said today, if you had some bad news, so take the time to put a comment there, subscribe to that channel, like, or do whatever you need to do. Let's get this thing bigger. And I always say that, Neesa, one more time, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. And I don't like saying goodbye. I like to say see you soon. And you can also contact me on Instagram at Situation Slayer.
Beautiful. And guys, I'll see you next week, most likely. In the meantime, stay focused on what you really, really, really want. See ya.